Good morning, everybody. It's Marcia from Oils and Wellness with Marcia, and today I just want to visit. Nothing, nothing involving oils or anything. Just visiting. I I was up so late last night since I was flooded in here and couldn't get out, and no one can actually get in either because the road was just looking like a river, and even a four-wheel drive couldn't get through for. Well, let's see. My husband got into town around 8:30, and he's going, "Oh, I can't get through this. It wasn't like this when I left this morning for work." And he just drove 35 miles away to mow a motel or hotel. And today he went back to the same place because right next to it is the truck stop. And then across the highway from that is another truck stop. He mows all three, the hotel and the two truck stops. And it's a lot for one person, but he does it. And it's dedication, I would say. Anyway, he went to work. And I tried calling him and telling him that it was flooded and he can't get through, to just try to stay there at the hotel or the motel. Since they mow, maybe they give him a discount or something, and he can just stay there because the weather's too bad to get home, and then go ahead and mow the two truck stops and then come home. By that time, the water would have went down where he can get in or something, hopefully. But when he finally answered, he was in the driveway, not being able to get through because I walked outside. I heard his truck. I walked outside. I was going to take a video of him trying to drive through this street, which he probably would have tried to do if it was lower. But he called me right before I was getting ready to start my video because neither one of us could hear each other or anything. He didn't call until he was already here, and he didn't answer, so he couldn't have stayed. So we talked for almost 5 hours on the phone, waiting for the water to go down so he could try to drive through. And I walked out to where the water started getting where I wasn't going to walk any further, where I didn't think it was safe, to see how far down the water would be, and it went down maybe 4 foot. That wasn't enough to drive through, to go down enough to be able to drive through, because I was on our side, maybe half a mile down the road, where the most water was, and moving pretty fast. He decided, I'll just wait. So he sat out there in the truck, and we visited over the phone, I in the house, away from the mosquitoes, and him in the truck with all the mosquitoes. And he's like, I gotta get out of here. I'm getting eaten alive. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, because there's nothing I can do. So he drove back up into the next town, which isn't that far away from where we live. He drove in and sat at the gas station and just sat there, and we visited and played games on our phone while we visited until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And he was getting hungry. Well, I have access to food here. And but anyway, he snacked on something while I was at the gas station and asked if the water is still down, if he'd have permission to stay the night there, not in the gas station, but in the parking lot, and sleep until morning. So she gave him permission. She goes, I'm glad you asked, because if I see a vehicle sitting out there, like he was sitting there for several hours while she was working and visiting with me. I don't know how long it was, but she came in later because he was there before she got to work, because she worked the night shift. So I don't know if she came in at 10 or if she came in at 11 or what time, but she was the manager and she knows him, but she didn't pay attention. And then when he came in to get a drink, that's when he asked if it's still flooded, can I stay? She goes, I won't freak out now that I know who it is that's staying out there, so yeah, you can stay. So he drove out, and we were talking on the phone, and I didn't go out because it was really dark out at that time. Just a little glare from the moon was all I could see, even with my flashlight on my phone. It was pretty dark out there. But he says, I don't think I can make it through this yet. I'm going to have to go back. And so when he got back, or when he left, he hung up. So I go, okay, he hung up. I can go to bed now, because it was almost 1 o'clock. And according to the news on my phone for the weather, it said that it would be like 3 o'clock in the morning before the flood watch or stuff would be done, because the crest is 26 foot, and it was at 26 foot, and it was starting to go down, so they thought it'd be okay. So at 3 o'clock they called it off, and then if you're able to drive, you can drive. I don't know what time he got home, because I was asleep. He says I was snoring when he came in the house, and he took a shower and everything, because he mowed lawns, mowed that hotel, and then came back home and couldn't get in, so he's sitting out there in a hot, muggy truck. Finally got a shower, and I kind of, something woke me up, and I saw a light coming in from the bedroom, coming into the bedroom, and then I saw a shadow, and I go, what the heck, you know? And I go, oh, you're home. He goes, yeah, you was snoring away. And it's like, I must have been real tired, because I only snore when I'm really, really tired, or if my nose is clogged up. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do, is share with you what my evening was like last night. I did not need anything to help me sleep. I guess talking to my husband and playing a game on my phone kept me up and it wore me out more to fall asleep. But I was out. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'm going to do my best to get out in my garden. If I don't get too muddy. I got my gloves, I got a few tools, but I'm going to do mainly what I can with my hands, because since it was so wet from water standing around, hopefully not in the garden. It wasn't too wet yesterday when I walked in it doing my video for Kansas Misfit. You can see that if you go to Kansas Misfit and watch me talking about the flood yesterday. And my garden, you can see it all. But I was in there, and if I can walk through the garden without getting my feet stunk down inside the mud, then it's not that muddy that I can get in there and work. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to work on my potatoes. I hope you guys have a good day, and practice life skills, and keep yourself mentally sane, so we can get through this world life together. And I'll share my life with you right here on the internet, and I have oils to help you if you need help. Follow along, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Ta-ta.